Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. Continuing my list, this is part 3 of my top 100 horror films, and we're up to number 80, which is going to be H.P. Lovecraft's The Reanimator. Deep within the morgue at Miskatonic University, madman Herbert West, Jeffrey Combs, introduces fellow graduate student Dan Kane, played by Bruce Abbott, to his formula for the reanimation of a fresh corpse. But the secret of life and death has some very messy consequences. Get ready to experience one of the most outrageously inventive, over-the-top classic horror films of all time. Okay, number 79 is going to be a double pack here. We've got Clive Barker's Hellraiser 1 and 2. One of the more original and memorable horror movies, says LA Times. Prepare to go to hell and back again in this double feature installment of one of the most iconic horror franchises of all time. From horror master Clive Barker, see how it all began in the classic original Hellraiser, where Pinhead is introduced to the world, and the equally brilliant Hellbound sequel that proves there are no limits. When Kirsty Cotton's Ashley Lawrence family moves into their ancestral home, they are terrorized by the resurrected corpse of her uncle, Sean Chapman, who requires the flesh of murdered innocent victims in order to become whole and live again. A creepy, thrillingly perverse tale straddling the heaven and hell, extreme pleasure, and unbearable pain. Hellraiser will haunt your dreams. Hellbound Hellraiser 2, the shocking follow-up to the film that redefined the face of horror. Over 2 decades later, it remains the most brutally original sequel in horror film history. Claire Higgins, Ashley Lawrence, and Kenneth Cram co-star in its hit sequel from producer Clive Barker that experienced the flesh like no other. Surrender yourself to the infernal labyrinth of Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Okay, number 78, it's going to be The Craft. Devilishly delightful and deliciously wicked. Sarah has always been different, so as the newcomer at St. Benedict's Academy, she immediately falls in with the high school outsiders. But these girls won't settle for being a group of powerless misfits. They have discovered the craft, and they are going to use it. Critics are spellbound, calling the craft slick, shrewd, touching, funny, and most appropriately downright mean. Number 77, The ABCs of Death. An alphabetical arsenal of destruction. This explosive film is comprised of 26 individual chapters on the topic of death, each helmed by a different director assigned to a specific letter of the alphabet. Provocative, funny, and shocking, this anthology is a definitive vision of modern horror diversity. Get ready to learn your ABCs. Number 76 is going to be Pumpkinhead. Vivid, stylish. When a group of teenagers inadvertently kills his only son, Ed Harley, Lance Henriksen from Aliens seeks powers of a backwoods witch to bring the child back to life, but instead she invokes the Pumpkinhead, a monstrosity clawed demon which, once reborn, answers only to Ed's bloodlust. But as the creature wreaks its slow, unspeakable tortures on the teens, Ed confronts a horrifying secret about his connection to the beast and realizes that he must find a way to stop its deadly mission before he becomes one with the creature forever. Number 76, we got Donnie Darko. In this edgy psychological thriller, Jake Gyllenhaal leads a star-filled cast including Drew Barrymore, Noah Wilde, Jenna Malone, Patrick Swayze, and Mary McDonnell as a delusional high school student visited by a demonic bunny rabbit. with eerie visions of the past and deadly predictions of the future. And number 74, we got another anthology here, Tales of Halloween. Let's see, bonus short films. It doesn't really have a description on here, but there's a bunch of different stories on here. Directed by Darren Bosman, Adam Green, Neil Marshall. So just a bunch of different ones, and then there's some bonus features on here. I'm not going to do a review on it, but it's a really good one. I'd definitely recommend checking out. Here's some pictures. I'll go ahead and show the set here. You can get a look at some of the stories there. Ooh, just falling out. Okay. So there you go, Tales of Halloween. Like, if you enjoy Trick or Treat, stuff like that, definitely check this out. And cards falling out here, too. If you get the set, trading cards come with it. From the episode Bad Seed, and then Barry Bostwick as Mr. Abaddon as The Night Billy Raised Hell. Just a couple of the titles there. And let me go ahead and get that up there. Taking up more time doing that than I thought I would. Okay, next we got number 73, Adam Green's Hatchet. Amongst the greatest slasher flicks of all time, the next icon of horror, it's the movie that single-handedly brought back old-school American horror, then drove a hatchet straight into its shocked and screaming face. Now the blood-sprayed saga, a group of tourists, their bayou tour, and the legend of deformed swamp psycho Victor Crowley returns, wetter, redder, and better than ever before. Joel David Moore, Dionne Richmond, Tamara Feldman, and Mercedes McNabb star along with horror icons Kane Hodder, Robert Englund, and Tony Todd. In this all-limb-tearing, skull-splitting, and gut-ripping director's cut featuring a new HD transfer, the Hatchet Army marches on. Victor Crowley is totally uncensored, completely unrated, and forever unstoppable on Blu-ray. Number 72, we got Dee Snider's movie here, Strangeland, Let the Ritual Begin. The glow of the screen illuminates his heavily pierced, tattooed, stained face as his fingers dance nimbly across the keyboard, searching, hunting. His computer handle is Captain Hallie, and he surfs the local chat rooms for young female prey. Girls like Genevieve and Tina, who mysteriously vanish after an online conversation with the cunning cyber predator. Detective Mike Gage has a personal stake in this case. Genevieve is his daughter. When Tina's corpse, tortured, pierced, and scarred, is discovered in the river, Gage realizes that time is running out for Genevieve. Taking sadistic delight in Gage's desperation, Captain Hallie sends the detective a series of taunting emails challenging him to a deadly online game of cat and mouse and drawing him into his modern, primitive world, a strange land of fetish, bars, S&M, body modification, and goth rock. Heavy metal superstars Dee Snider, Elizabeth Pena, and Robert Englund star in this dark suspense thriller in the tradition of Silence of the Lambs and Kiss the Girls. Alright, and coming up on our last one here, number 71, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Freddy, Jason, Michael, we all need someone to look up to. It's a must-see for those who like thrills laced with a sense of humor, a gift for horror fans. You know the legendary maniacs Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger. Now meet Leslie Vernon, the next great psycho slasher. Nathan Basil of Invasion stars as Vernon, a good-natured killing machine who invites a documentary film crew to follow him as he reminisces with his murderer mentor Scott Wilson of In Cold Blood, evades his psychiatrist/nemesis Robert Englund, deconstructs Freudian symbolism and maliciously plots his upcoming slaughter spree. But when the actual carnage begins, where do you draw the line between voyeuristic thrills, mythic evil, and good old-fashioned slasher movie mayhem? Angela Goethals from 24 and Zelda Rubinstein, Poltergeist, co-star in this ingeniously twisted and award-winning shocker that Film Threat hails as a masterpiece. Alright, so that's up through 71. I'll come back later and do a part 4. So be sure to continue checking out, like, subscribe, leave your comments of which movies you've seen. Do you agree they're on the list? Do you like them? Let me know in the comments. Alright, you all have a great day. See you next time.